Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to another episode of Mythical. If you're new to Mythical, I talk about fantasy and sci-fi cartoons. If that sounds interesting, then consider subscribing. Well, in today's episode, as you might have seen in the, as you might have saw in the title, I'm going to be talking about every mystery that I saw in the final episode of Hilda. Anything that might be used as a piece of evidence for a theory, or something else like that. And so let's get started in no particular order. So first of all, we have, why did the trolls switch Hilda and the other, kid troll? There must have been a reason for that. I don't think, as we see, he was kind of reluctant to do it, so I don't think he was just doing it because he felt like it, so he probably had some reason to do that. So the second piece of evidence is that the trolls are all gathering, and why are they going to do that? Why at this particular time are all the trolls coming together to the same mountain? Well, I can see why they'd go to that mountain, but why are they all gathering there? Are they preparing for something? Is it just like a troll annual meet or something like that? I don't know. Alright, the third piece of evidence is actually earlier in the episode, Hilda said, "I wish I was a troll." And you'll never guess it, later in the episode, she was. So, was that coincidental? Was it just a bit of just something the writers decided to put in the show just because? Or was it for some real reason? Alright, fourth piece of evidence is that they immediately went to the Stone Forest. This one could actually be complete chance. It could have just been that they landed in the Stone Forest, because that's where they left nowhere space. But could it be for some other reason that that's where they teleported to? The fifth piece of evidence is that the dirt in the mountain actually moves. If you look at it, they'll go through an entrance, and then the entrance will close up behind them. It's kind of like a living maze or something like that. Like the one in Harry Potter Book 4. Something like that. So, there's that. Now, which one is this? Oh, yes, piece of evidence 5. The troll, at least, actually no, all the trolls, at least some of them, can do magic. We can see them light fires, we can see, at least, the other one doing a spell to switch them, and, yeah, so, are all trolls magical? Is it just something a few inherently have? I don't know. Alright, piece of evidence number 6. It's still light in the outside, but the top is dark. So there's no torches, there's no light or anything, but there's still light in there. There's no source coming in from outside, except for in the middle, of course, and it's still bright inside. Why is that? It's kind of like a cave in Minecraft. If you go, you can still see around, but there's no light. Alright, so another thing is the two-headed troll. Is this just because he was born that way, or is it because of something else? So is he like the alpha troll? Is he someone else like that? I don't know. There's also the stuff they drank. This is another one that might not actually be an important piece of evidence. But as we see, when they're in the cave, the trolls give them this, drink stuff that they thought tasted really good. Was that part of the spell? Was it part of something else? Or was it just a piece of food? Alright, so another thing is the helpful troll. I guess this one kind of ties into other pieces of evidence, but why was he helping them out? I know some trolls aren't inherently bad, but, a reason I actually think why they're doing this is because I think that troll resents the big troll. As we could see, he wasn't the greatest friends with him, so that might be the reason why he was helping them. Alright, so another thing is that the troll fire, yes, they can light fires, but it doesn't give off any warmth. That's just all it's there, they can see it, but it doesn't give off any warmth. And another thing to kind of go along with that is the magic waft, which is part of the... This one actually kind of ties into the troll magic. I probably should have put it up there. But the magic waft that leads them through the caves. That's probably just another thing to go with troll magic. I should have said it there. And another thing was the giant slug. So you know those little slugs that went around kind of eating at the dirt? So there's also the mother slug, which was just a giant slug that was in the mountain. And the big two-headed troll was kind of scared of them. The last thing is that the young troll seems to be able to speak a lot better than the older trolls. The older trolls tend to stay rather quiet, and they'll sometimes, growl or roll or something like that, but the young troll seems to be able to talk a little bit more. And I think this one's the final one. So, in the very end of the episode, well, near the end, we see Eric Alberg say that I think it was a very imminent, very true, very real troll attack is going to happen. I'll play the clip right here.
Heroic actions outside the wall. Feel free to interject anything you want about how brave I was. And then, I'll announce that I am more certain than ever that a large-scale, very real troll attack is imminent.
I still haven't figured out how to find clips for this, but I'll figure it out eventually. So there you have it. That's all the pieces of evidence I found in the last episode of Hilda. If you have any more, feel free to put them in the comments below, or say what you think about these pieces of evidence and what they mean. Well, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Have an absolutely exceptional day, and stay tuned for Hilda Season 3. Also, recently, here's some channel business. So if you're not like a channel member, you can leave now if you want. So recently I did a collaboration with Deadx. I think the audio on my quality was a little iffy. I don't know why that is, but it was still really fun. So if you want to go check that out, I'll probably leave a link in the description. And also, if any of you want to do collabs, I do have a Discord, and you can join there for other things. But if you want to do a collab, join there and then contact me about it. Well, anyway, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Have an absolutely exceptional day, and goodbye.